Hey guys, and welcome back. So what we're going to do for you right now is, as you can see, we've got some filters on the table and we've got a pan here. Of course, we don't want to make a mess. And then we have this lovely little tool right there. Some of you know exactly what that is. That's so we can cut these filters up and show you the media inside, show you the quality of the parts, and show you the bypass valve that all filters have integral in them. Anyway, we're going to get cutting into these and then we're going to pull them apart, show you what we find. Okay, what we have here are, of course, some oil filters. We have the newer L5P engine oil filter. You can compare that in size to the older L5P engine oil filter. And then right here we have a standard Cummins oil filter. This is from Mopar. And then we have the star of the show, which is the PPE oil filter. This is the upgrade for the L5P. So we're going to get into cutting these things apart, show you some internal stuff, and then we'll talk about it.
Now real quickly, put that PPE just next to, look at that. That is, wow.
It is, it's pretty incredible. And I'm wondering if either Fleetguard or PPE makes this size oil filter for the Cummins.
We'll have to find out.
Yes, we do. Because if we can get better filtration, man, then nobody gonna complain about having oil filters that filter better, right? So we're gonna throw out a few vague numbers. Don't hold us into too close of a statistic here, but I think these factory AC Delcos are filtering down to, I want to say 10 micron.
20 might be. I think it's 20 micron.
20 micron. And I think the Cummins is right around the same as well, but I believe the PPE is filtering down to
5 or 10.
5 micron.
We'll show it to you right here. I can't remember off the top of my head.
We'll pull the specs off the old interweb there and we'll show you exactly what they're filtering down to. But whenever you have more surface area, of course, you're going to filter better. And whenever you have a better substrate, you're going to filter better, especially if the substrate is designed to filter better. Now, we do also have oil filter bypass systems that we can get down to 1 micron, but we can't filter down to 1 micron on the main oil system because that is just too much of a restriction through the oil system. That's why we're only able to go down to a specific size. Now they're able to get down to a 5 micron on this because the surface area inside of this will allow adequate flow through that 5 micron substrate, if that makes any sense. Anyway, let's get to cutting these things apart and we'll show you what we got inside. So we get the cutter situated on here, and it's just like any pipe cutter. You're going to tighten a little bit, go around, tighten a little bit, go around. And here in a second, the lid of this thing is going to pop off and it's going to reveal all of the good stuff inside. There we go. So there's your lid right there. Nothing really to see, no spectacular aha moment stuff. What we have right here is what seals the substrate to the filter element so that it can channel the oil flow from in to out. Now let's take a look inside. This is going to be a little bit of a bear to get out because we did collapse a little bit when we were trying to get this off the truck because the last person who put it on way too tight. So it took a little bit of cutting to get past that, but here is the filter element out of the newer L5P. So let's take a look at this thing. These are what you call pleats that are inside of here, and we're going to go ahead and pop off the cap. This is the bottom cap right here, mind you, and we talked about having a pressure relief in there, and that little booger is inside of here still. There it is. So for everybody who doesn't know what this thing does, this again got damaged trying to get the filter off of the truck because it was put on way too tight. But when oil pressure exceeds an amount, that valve will move and allow oil to bypass the filter. Okay, that is going to be right down in there, and it will allow the engine to still get oil even though the media is plugged up and causing an overpressure situation across that. So that's what this thing does right here. You can see that there's a little spring in here, and it will open and allow oil to bypass if that ever gets too dirty. Okay, so let's see if we can get the substrate apart. The filter media. I know some of you are probably like, it's not a substrate, it's filter media, whatever. Let's cut the ring off there, cut it off there, and see if we can get this thing off without creating too much of a problem.
This filter's too small for a diesel truck. I mean, that's the first thing you're gonna clearly see here.
I've had cars with bigger filters than this thing.
I think my Corvette is bigger than this filter is.
So there's your cage. One thing I will say about the AC Delcos is this is not plastic.
Oh,
that
nice.
Pressure valve is not plastic. But here is your media. And we could actually get in here and look at these pleats and look for any kind of metal or other debris. And because we know which truck this came off of, I don't expect to see any metal or anything in here.
Keep in mind, my truck has the oil bypass from Insane Diesel.
Yeah.
Promo code down below.
And those are now working again, by the way.
Yes.
So I don't see any kind of shiny, glittery stuff on here at all.
Oh.
But here's an idea on what you get with your new L5P for an oil filter. This dinky, sad, pathetic excuse of a filter. Now we're going to cut into the older L5P and then the Cummins, and then we're going to cut this brand new PPE filter up for you. So what we have here is a deconstructed older L5P and a deconstructed Cummins filter. So what we learned about the older L5P filter versus the newer L5P is it took a lot more to get this thing apart than the smaller, inferior piece of junk that the newer L5Ps have. But we did able to get down here so that we could show you the inside of these pleats, and no metal or any other thing to worry about on that. Now the pressure bypass is the same. In fact, it looks to be the exact same spring pressure on here. So this is where you have your override for oil pressure. In the event that the filter media gets plugged up, the pressure will override that spring and bypass it internally. Now on the Cummins, the only spring that we have inside here is this little guy, which pushes up on the top plate from the bottom to seal that into your diffuser piece, which old oil comes in, or oil from your pan comes in here through the filter media around it and then back into this side to bring it through to the engine components through these smaller holes. Anyway, on a Cummins, the oil pressure relief is part of the oil filter housing and not integral in the filter. It's kind of important. So all oiling systems are designed where you either have a pressure relief integral in the filter or in the engine itself. And on a Cummins, that's in the engine itself. The other thing, the Cummins filter did not come apart nice and easy. However, in these pleats, we don't see anything to cause concern. No metal. So this engine was in good shape as far as that's concerned. The size of the media from the Cummins to the older L5P is again substantially different. Size wise, number of pleats, surface area, all of that good stuff. All right, so we're going to cut this brand new PPE open and show you the insides of this. So bear with me for a minute. And while we're cutting on this, one thing to note, that Cummins shell was way thicker than those AC Delco shells. And this one is proving to be pretty robust as well. Here we go. Okay. Right off the bat, let's take a look at this. This is going to be your separator plate right here. So oil is going to come back in around this. This is just going to seal the two sections of the filter apart from each other, so the oil can go out to the parts of the engine that need it through the smaller holes. Again, oil comes in through the middle from the pickup and distributes down the middle of the filter through the substrate and back out the top. Okay, so this one's going to be just like a Cummins, where we have a spring in the bottom to push that up, and it also has a valve.
Oh wow.
With the magnetic. So this is your pressure relief valve. And then PPE also gives you a magnet in the bottom to pick up any magnet particles.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, that's awesome that they think of us like that.
That is so cool.
There's the inside of that. Here is the outside, or the substrate. Now, pretty quick. It's about the same diameter as the Cummins. You do get more surface area, more pleats. And they don't want these pleats shifting at all, so they put this glue strip around it. Let me clean off the old oil from my hand so we're not getting it all over this brand new filter assembly. Shall we take this thing apart and
let's do it,
see how robust it's going to be?
Yeah. We
can try anyway, right? So let's start prying on this end. No, it ain't gonna just pry off. We're gonna have to cut it.
Yeah, so pretty robust housing for sure.
Cutting these filters apart is way different than cutting apart something for a Honda. That is for sure.
Yeah.
There's your pressure disc in the bottom.
Oh, nice.
We'll get to that in a second. This inside of the oil filter is the pressure relief valve. So the other spring inside of there is just to push the top of the filter up to the diffuser side. But that right there is your pressure relief. You can see you got your spring pressure right there. When oil pressure overcomes, that will release and allow oil to bypass the substrate and at least get your engine oil, dirty or not. They're trying to protect it. So let's get this thing apart, see what it's going to take, huh?
Yeah.
They definitely use a good glue.
Yeah, this thing ain't coming apart easily.
No.
Golly. Yeah, this one is a beast to pull apart.
Okay, there's that, and then you got your metal cage on the inside. This is just so the filter doesn't collapse amongst itself. Now let's cut this in down the middle.
And the glue holds up pretty well, would you say?
Yeah, I'm sure they've done a lot of testing on the glue just to make sure that they don't have failures due to crappy glue. But there you go. There is the amount of surface area that you have on one of the PPE filters. It is considerably bigger than the rest.
Yeah.
That is a weird glue. That is not just hot glue. So anyway, as far as construction between the AC Delco filters, there's a massive difference between the new L5P and the old L5P. The new L5P one just came right apart. There wasn't a whole lot of nothing holding that thing together.
Yeah.
The older L5P took a little bit of work. The Cummins took a lot of work, and then that PPE filter by far is constructed way better than the rest of them. Way better. The thing to note is the PPE does come with a magnet inside. It does have a very well constructed total, but you also have this oil pressure bypass, which it's not just a thin little disc like we have here with the L5P factory filters. This is just a thin little disc of steel. You can see how springy that is. It does its job though. It's, again, we're not talking about Honda filters here, which we start pulling those apart and you go to the parts store, your local parts store on the corner, and get their different grades. In fact, I believe one of them has, I'm not mentioning names on purpose, but one of them has caught so much flack for how crappy their oil filters are that they have totally redesigned their whole entire oil filter line to give a better product. You have to do some research on that. Again, I'm not going to start throwing names and all that stuff out because I don't want somebody getting mad at me for it. Anyway, this is the differences between your factory L5Ps, your Cummins, and your PPE.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. This was really, really helpful.
Gives you an idea on what's actually filtering your oil inside your engine.
Yeah.
You know, this is going to bring back something else that a lot of people have commented on about. Why won't you just change your oil on your brand new truck? $55. Bull crap. You can get online and find an oil filter for $55, but then you got to buy oil, and that costs a lot of money as well. It's not just a $55 oil change like it used to be. And if you're buying substandard filters, then that's exactly what you're going to get is a substandard filter. Do you know what these PPEs are costing per filter?
$30 a filter.
$30 per filter.
That the PF60, the smallest one here, was $6.99.
$6.99.
Yes.
And it shows. Right. So on the 25 and 26, even though you don't have a canister, those filters from the dealer are running like $65.
Wow.
And I think you get them off of a couple of the other sites. Again, not going to mention their name, but well, I will mention Gino's Garage because they've done really good on providing very good stuff. I have had some of the other more reputable online filter companies send me what their top stuff is, and we had a customer where we've covered this topic about the fake Ram branded fuel filters.
Yeah.
Their fuel filter, customer came back a week later and says truck has no power. So I pulled that fuel filter out, and sure as shit, it was one of the fake filters that they had branded their name onto. So you got to be very careful on where you're getting your filters from, and just because you go to a dealer doesn't mean you're getting the best that you can get. But there's that. There's some oil filters for you guys, deconstructed, torn apart, never to be used again.